Are you ready for a new adventure? Time to travel back in time, let's go! Are you ready for a new adventure? Let's learn about the past with Anna and Leo.
Hi friends! Welcome to Unlock This, a podcast from Honest History, where we join our friends Anna, Leo, and Percy on adventures through time and uncover some really cool stories along the way. My name is William. I'm 6 years old, and I love learning about history, especially new stories that I don't hear about in school. I can't wait for today's story, and I think you're gonna love it too. So let's dive in.
Leo, look at this painting. I don't think I've seen it in the museum before. There's all these tiny details on it. Do you see?
Anna, be careful. You don't want to get too close or...
Uh-oh, what's happening?
I think you triggered the alarm.
Oh, great. Now the security guard is coming over. I didn't realize this museum had such high security.
Please back away from the painting.
Sorry, sir. I just wanted to get a closer look.
There, all set. Now, as a reminder, the museum will be closing soon.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Those alarms are kind of scary. I imagine it wouldn't be that easy to steal one of these paintings.
Oh, that's true. Look up there in the corner. I think those are security cameras. A lot of museums today have those in case anything goes missing, but it wasn't always like that.
Huh. I wonder if things got stolen more before there was cameras and alarms.
Actually, that reminds me of a story about a famous museum heist.
Oh, a heist! So someone took something from a museum? Did they steal anything that I would know?
They stole one of the most famous paintings in the world. Have you ever heard of the Mona Lisa?
That's the painting of the woman who's smiling. Leonardo da Vinci painted it, right?
Yes, and in 1911, a man took it off the wall of the museum and walked right out the door.
Really? Just like that. I think I'd like to hear more about this heist.
Oh, it could be our next adventure.
Percy, you found us! Although I'm guessing we weren't that hard to find, you probably heard that alarm.
Speaking of alarms, that security guard over there has been keeping a close eye on us. We'll need to distract him so we can sneak into the vault. What should we do?
Percy says he has an idea. If there's alarms for all of the art in the museum, he thinks he could set one off in another room.
There he goes. I wonder how long it will take to...
There's your answer. And look, it worked! The security guard is running over to the other room. Quick, now's our chance.
But how will we get in? We don't have the keys.
Percy thinks of everything. He already gave them to me.
So, do you still want to learn about the museum heist?
Of course. And look, Percy's already back. That was fast. You overheard us talking about the stolen Mona Lisa, huh? Do you think there's anything in the vault about it? We were thinking that it could be our next adventure.
He's thought of something. He's running over to those drawers.
It looks like he wants us to see what's inside that top one.
What is it?
It looks like a letter. But I'm not sure what language it's written in. I think there's an address up here. It says Italia.
Italy. I wonder what that letter means.
Leo, hold tight. I think we're about to travel.
We're here.
But where are we?
Anna, do you see that building in the distance?
Is that the Eiffel Tower? Then we must be in Paris. Thanks, Percy. He says we should walk this way.
I think I know where we are. That building over there? That's the Louvre Museum. That's where we'll find the Mona Lisa. Or hopefully find her, if we're not too late.
But how will we get in? It doesn't look like it's open yet.
Well, Security wasn't as tight as it is nowadays, and no one could see us, remember? We can watch if someone leaves and sneak in after them.
Look, a person is opening the door over there. Let's go.
We're in. It must be really early in the morning because there aren't many people around.
You're right, Leo. It seems very quiet. I wonder what time it is.
There's a clock there. It says 7 a.m.
Hey, Leo! Look, there's a man walking up the stairs.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say that's Vincenzo Peruggia.
Who's that?
That's the man that's going to steal the Mona Lisa.
Well, he's walking into that room over there. We should follow him.
Anna, do you see that painting on the wall? It's on the bottom row next to the other paintings.
It's the Mona Lisa! You know, I learned about this painting in school. The Italian artist Leonardo da Vinci painted it in the 1500s. So that painting is over 500 years old. Some historians think that the painting is of a woman named Lisa del Giocondo, who was an Italian noblewoman. But they're still not 100% sure. And Leo, I just thought of something. The Mona Lisa is an Italian painting. So how did it end up in this museum here in France?
At the end of Leonardo da Vinci's life, he moved to France and brought the Mona Lisa with him. After he died, he left the painting to his assistant. Some historians believe that his assistant sold the Mona Lisa to a representative of the King of France, and the painting became the property of the French king.
So did the king put it in the Louvre?
No, the painting stayed in the French king's palaces for many years. But then the French Revolution happened. In 1789, the king and queen of France were beheaded and the monarchy came to an end. At that point, the Mona Lisa became property of the new government of France, the Republic. After that, the painting was moved to the Louvre, where it still is today.
Well, it may not be here for much longer. Look! Vincenzo is taking the Mona Lisa right off the wall! And there's no alarms or guards or anything!
Whoa! He's escaping through the stairwell! Let's follow him!
Vincenzo just stopped on that landing and took a knife from his pocket. What is he doing?
The Mona Lisa has a glass frame to protect it, and he's using a knife to take off the frame so the painting is easier to carry. Vincenzo worked as a handyman for the Louvre, and he actually helped make the glass case so he knew exactly how to take it off. And now it looks like he's trying to make an escape through that door. But it's locked.
You see, unlike us, Vincenzo doesn't have a mouse that is very good at unlocking doors.
I think he's trying to take apart the doorknob so he can get out.
Hello, can I help you?
There's another man in the stairwell. Leo, they caught him!
Not yet. That's one of the plumbers who works at the Louvre. He has no idea Vincenzo is stealing the painting. Instead of questioning him, the plumber thinks Vincenzo is just stuck. And look, the plumber unlocked the door and walked out into the courtyard.
But the door closed before Vincenzo could grab the painting and get out. It looks like he's going back up the stairs.
Vincenzo decided to leave the museum exactly the way he came in. He covered the painting with his apron, walked back through the galleries, down the main staircase, and out the door.
And now Vincenzo's leaving with the painting? I can't believe he just walked out of the Louvre with one of the most famous paintings in the world.
Well, that's just it. You see, before Vincenzo stole it, the Mona Lisa wasn't that famous.
Really?
It's true. People who studied art knew about the painting, but the average person probably had never heard about the Mona Lisa before 1911.
Hi friends, are you enjoying today's episode? I'd like to take a quick break from the story to tell you about another great place to learn about the past. Honest History creates magazines and books for kids that are filled with fun stories and activities that bring history to life. From pirates to spies to great inventions and so much more, you'll learn about interesting people, places, and events from around the world that made history. Created for kids ages 6 through 12, you can sign up and receive new adventures delivered straight to your doorstep every quarter. Just visit honesthistory.co. That's honesthistory.co to sign up today. Oh, and here's a special offer for our podcast listeners. Use code UNLOCKTHIS for 10% off. Again, that special code is UNLOCKTHIS. Okay, let's get back to the story.
Leo, I think that guard has figured out that it's missing. He's looking at the blank space on the wall where the Mona Lisa was hanging. But wait, he just kept walking. Shouldn't he be worried that the painting is gone?
That's the museum's maintenance director. He saw the painting was gone, but he didn't think anything of it. Paintings were often removed so photographers could take photos of them, or sometimes the paintings were getting cleaned. So the maintenance director assumed that's where the Mona Lisa had gone. It would actually take an entire day for the museum to realize the painting had vanished. And an artist named Louis Barraud had come back to look for the painting, and he was the one who noticed it was missing and began to ask questions.
So what happened after that?
They began searching the museum, but the painting was nowhere to be found, and then they saw it, the glass case in the stairwell. They knew there was only one explanation. The Mona Lisa had been stolen. News of theft would be in the newspapers the very next day, and within a week, thousands of people heard about Da Vinci's Mona Lisa and its mysterious disappearance.
So that's how the Mona Lisa became famous. The newspapers printed the story about how the painting was stolen.
And it would take a long time before the police figured out where the Mona Lisa had gone. You see, Vincenzo saw all the newspapers and thought he should lie low for a while until everything calmed down. His plan had been to steal the painting and return it to Italy.
He wanted to bring it back to where the Mona Lisa came from, to Leonardo's home country.
Yep. Vincenzo believed the painting had been stolen from Italy during the 1800s and wanted to bring it back.
But Vincenzo got that wrong because historians think that Leonardo brought the Mona Lisa to France when he moved here, right?
Right, but Vincenzo didn't know that, and he was determined to bring the painting to Italy. Although he was afraid if he tried to go too soon, he would get caught, so he placed the Mona Lisa in a trunk in his home, and there it sat for 2 whole years. During this time, the French police questioned all kinds of people to figure out who stole the painting. They even thought the famous painter Pablo Picasso might have taken it, but they soon realized that was wrong. The police were stumped.
Leo, who are those people over there by the wall of the museum?
I think those are the detectives. They're looking for evidence, like fingerprints that will help them figure out where the Mona Lisa went. Many became fascinated by the painting's mysterious disappearance. Every day, people read the newspaper and started to make their own theories about where it went. There were even stories that it had been spotted in a distant country like Japan and Brazil. But we know that couldn't have been true. The Mona Lisa was always close by, hiding in Vincenzo's apartment. Finally, in 1913, 2 years after the theft, Vincenzo made his move. He wrote an art dealer in Italy telling him that he had the painting and wanted to return it to his home country. The art dealer wrote back telling Vincenzo to come to Florence so he could see the painting for himself. Vincenzo arrived in Florence and asked the art dealer to come to his hotel room. When the art dealer entered, he saw the Mona Lisa sitting there on the bed, and he was astonished. He told Vincenzo that he needed to examine the painting to make sure it was real, and if it was, he would pay Vincenzo 500,000 lire. Little did Vincenzo know, it was all a setup. The art dealer had no intention of paying the money. Instead, he reported the theft to the police, and Vincenzo was arrested later that day.
So they caught him. I guess Vincenzo thought the art dealer would be on his side. But wait a second. Leo, you said Vincenzo wrote a letter to Italy. Do you think that's what we found in the vault? Was that the letter Vincenzo sent to the art dealer, telling him that he had the Mona Lisa?
I think you're right, Anna.
We're back in the vault. Leo, let's look at that letter again.
It really is the letter to the art dealer. I know because it's signed Leonard V. Vincenzo didn't want to use his real name, so he used the name Leonard instead.
Leonard V. Like Leonardo da Vinci. If you think about it, Vincenzo kind of got what he wanted. He took the Mona Lisa back to Italy, if only for a short time.
A very short time. The painting was returned to the Louvre in 1914, where it still is today. And while not many people remember the name Vincenzo Peruggia, now millions of people recognize the painting he stole over 100 years ago.
It's kind of funny to think that most people know the Mona Lisa because of Vincenzo. If he hadn't stolen it, would it be as famous as it is today?
That's a good question.
Welcome back. That sure was a great adventure. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna tell all my friends about this amazing story. That's all for now. But if you want to learn more, be sure to check out my favorite magazine for kids, Honest History. There's a ton of stuff to learn in each issue, and I love the fun activities and questions. Bye! This episode was narrated by Nikki and JoAnn Schinderle and written by Heidi Coburn. The production was read by Robot Pirate Media. To learn more about Honest History, visit us at honesthistory.co and follow for updates on social media.